is SC.
These are the toughest fans there are.
And the best fans, too.
Live from Rockin' Riley's in USC Village, here are your hosts, Jordan Moore and Sean Cody.
This segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Rockin' Riley's USC, the best place to be during the game. And the big game before the big game is coming up on Thursday. Women's soccer takes on Florida at Bank of Cal Stadium. That's the home of LAFC, right next to the Coliseum, another brand new stadium downtown here in Los Angeles. Such a fun atmosphere. And here to tell us all about it is the head coach for women's soccer, Keidane McAlpine, joining Jordan Moore and Sean Cody here. And Coach, you already have started your season. You guys always get it kicked off early.
Yeah.
Nice little trip to Hawaii, off to a 2-0 start. How was that trip, and how's the beginning of the season been?
Great trip. I mean, anytime you can take the whole team down and spend a few days together going into the season.
Yeah.
Playing a couple games, being in some nice weather. I enjoyed the heat and humidity, test them a little bit. But we had great games. Hawaii's always a great host, number one. But they were organized. They made us play. They stretched us a little bit. And then we had to play a fresh San Francisco team on the Saturday. So I thought that was a huge character game for our women, and they performed well.
Coach, speak about that a little bit. How does the team look so far to you? You know, you guys racked up 2 wins early, giving up no goals. How they look so far?
I'm a coach, right? So we're never great.
Especially early on. Right?
Exactly.
It's always going to get better. You wouldn't even tell them if they look great.
Exactly. No, but we, anytime you can get 2 good wins, 5 goals. I think we had 4 different goal scorers. We had 2 shutouts. That's exactly what you want. We were fortunate to save a PK. I mean, we went through a lot, and we were tested physically with the playing the fresh team with the heat. It's right where you want to be. We need to be a little bit tougher. We need to be a little bit cleaner, but I like where we are.
Here's the deal for Thursday. So you're playing Florida and Bank of Cal, as I said, the home of LAFC. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. It's the back end of a doubleheader where UCLA and Florida State. So you get 2 games for the price of 1. The tickets are on Ticketmaster if you're looking for them. And it's a great opportunity for your players, a great opportunity for the fans. I mean, a really cool soccer event on a Thursday night in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's rare that you get 4 national championship programs in one venue. Florida State's number 1, UCLA's number 4, we're 5. Florida's ranked, all undefeated going into the weekend. It's going to be unbelievable. And to have it right across the street finally, get some of our fans to be able to walk over.
Yeah.
I've talked to the supporters group for the LAFC team there, the 3252, so hopefully they'll bring some people and we'll have some great energy. And you'll get 2 great games because they're all worthy opponents and worthy teams to be there.
Coach, you brought a consistency to the program. You know, you guys have made tournament runs deep into them, won a national championship. Speak about consistency a little bit. You know, you have a program like that, you get it turned in the right direction, and you'll be able to do it now with some longevity.
Yeah, I mean, when we got here, I mean, the program was 10th and 11th in the Pac-12 at the time. The goal was to build something that was sustainable, and it starts with just one, reminding them how good they were. There were a lot of good players on the roster, so that was the beginning. Just allowing them to enjoy themselves in the game, and just have fun in it because it's something they've been doing the whole time. But then it was really about getting some grit, getting some fight, bringing that toughness back to it, and we've been able to do that. And with that slow yet fast national championship coming down, it's changed recruiting. Recruiting's changed. Now every player that comes into the program expects to be here, expects to win, expects to be in the top 25. So, really top 10. So it's one of those things that it's fun, it's nice, it's good, but
it don't stop.
It doesn't stop. You got to keep.
It is
driving
nice
forward.
to get that ring in the bank early, though, in the tenure,
helps.
right?
It helps.
It's just you get
It
that
helps.
on, you show that to recruits, show it to whoever asks. Anytime
Exactly.
your credentials are questioned. But you talk about great opportunities and trips. You guys got to go to Europe this summer, and not only that, you got to do it, and you saw the Women's World Cup and saw Team USA. What was that experience like for your team? I'm sure bonding, but just it's an awesome experience for student athletes, not just from the athletic side.
Well, it was an awesome event. I mean, to go, number one, spend that kind of time together, get to know each other. That's great. But to be there for the opening game of the World Cup, to see the French people around their team and get behind their team was unbelievable. To be able to see the U.S. and that massive win that they have on the road to their championship. And then we also got to do a little camp for some little kids and fed off the energy with them as well. And so played a couple games, got to see all the sights. Awesome trip, unbelievable trip.
Coach,
and we have one kid playing in the World Cup, so it took on a whole nother level.
I got to watch
one of our
it.
incoming freshmen played for Jamaica.
And the Women's World Cup, it always sort of brings the women's game to the forefront, which is fantastic. And then you always talk about growth and where do you go from here. What do you think is the big next step? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about equal pay, but there's also a league here in this country that they could use more support. What do you think is sort of the next step for the women's game to keep it in the limelight that it finds itself every time there's a World Cup or an Olympics?
People got to go see it. They got to go watch the games. I mean, in whatever community, you got to go support the women because, even at the club level, this professional level, they're not paid well. They're not paid enough for the work that they put in. And until we actually get behind it and put some eyes on it and put some energy behind it and show up at the games and give them that kind of support, it's going to be difficult to continue to fight for the equal pay at the higher level because it's all about support. And it's unfortunately it's all about revenue. And where it comes from. And we've got to get behind it. We've got to support it. We've actually got a group over at LAFC pushing the NWSL here in LA. LA should have a team.
Yep. All
of our women want to play. They want to be in the World Cups. They want to play professionally. And so we as fans and supporters of the game got to get out there and give them that love. Starts on Thursday.
That's right. Get them to the game. Again, tickets on Ticketmaster. USC, Florida, Thursday at 8 p.m. Second half of a doubleheader. UCLA, Florida State, two great programs as well. So if you're just a fan of soccer, fan of the sport, but of course a fan of USC, get to Bank of Cal on Thursday and see the women of Troy. This segment of Trojans Live is brought to you by Rock and Riley's USC, the best place to be during the game. More to come on Trojans Live.